Real leadership is about transforming limitations into possibilities. Hey folks, welcome to another video on interview experience sharing. The saying quoted by me in the very beginning of this video is by a famous Canadian writer, Robin Sharma, best known for his The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari book series. As promised in my previous video, I, Atharva Gaikwad, am back with another PI experience of mine at the International Management Institute, IMI New Delhi. Before we begin, a disclaimer for you all that I won't be sharing with you any advice or suggestions in this video because I'm no one to do so. So without wasting much time, let's begin. This video will be in 3 parts. In the first part, I'll walk you through the application process of IMI. Then in the second part, I'll brief you about my profile. And finally, in the third part, I'll actually share my interview experience, which would be in 2 parts. That is the online video-based assessment and the online PI round. So beginning with the online application process, IMI has a common online application form for all the 3 campuses, that is New Delhi, Kolkata and Bhubaneswar. While filling up the online application form itself, you have to give your campus preferences and your program preferences. Accordingly, you will get shortlisted based on your entrance exam scores and your interview performance. I had submitted my online application form long back on 8th November 2024 and I had applied only for the New Delhi campus. Then I got a call on 29 January 2025 for my online video-based assessment and I had 2 days to complete the same. Then within a week's time, that is on 8th February 2025, I got an intimation for my PI, which was scheduled on 11th February 2025. Then coming to my profile, I hail from Pune, Maharashtra, and I've completed my education till date in Pune itself. My profile is 989, NCOBC, engineer, and a fresher with a gap of 3 years. I was shortlisted for the IMI New Delhi campus based on my ZAT 2025 score, which is an overall percentile of 89.46. Then coming to my interview experience, first the online video-based assessment. To complete my online video-based assessment, I had to visit my dashboard itself. There I had 3 questions, out of which the first one was the practice question, and you can practice the practice question for as many times as you want, and the final 2 questions were evaluated. So these questions had a time limit of 45 seconds each to think upon and a time limit of 90 seconds each to record your answer, and you have to record your answers within one go. No reattempt was allowed. So my 2 questions were, first, what would you do if your team members are not cooperating with you, and second, how would you use technology to solve the problems of today's business world? So yes, I answered both the questions very well, short and sweet, and I was shortlisted for the PI. Then speaking about my PI round, my PI was scheduled for 11 February 2025 online via Zoom, and my time slot was 9 AM to 11 AM. So on the day of my PI, that is 11th February 2025, we had to join sharply at 8:55 AM in the morning from our dashboard itself. All the candidates were called into a common Zoom meeting, and there were about 5 candidates during my time slot. So in the common Zoom meeting, one of the members from the admissions committee checked our government IDs and directed us into the waiting room, and we were called into the room again turn by turn. So mine was the second turn. So during my turn, I was called into the meeting room again. 2 panelists were waiting to interview me, one male and the other female. The male was an industry expert and he was in his 50s, I guess, and the female was from the admissions committee itself and she was in her 40s, I guess. So the male member started my interview. First he asked me to introduce myself, then he asked why MBA, then he asked me to define leadership. Then, what are the different styles of leadership? Unfortunately, I was unaware of this question, so I said that, sorry, sir, I am unaware of this, but I'll definitely go back and read about this. Then he asked about CSR. What is CSR and why is it important? Is it legally binding? Then he asked about globalization. Tell me something about globalization and its importance. Then he asked about what are the challenges facing today's business world. And finally, he asked about what are the economic risks involved in today's business world. So again, unfortunately, I was unaware of this answer as well. So I said, sorry sir, I am unaware of this, but I'll definitely go back and read about this. Then coming to the second panelist, first she said that, Atharva, I can see from your online application form that you graduated in 2022. It's been 3 years since you graduated and you haven't worked. So I wanted to know what were you doing since last 3 years. So I told her about my UPSC CSE preparation. Then she said, so you prepared for UPSC CSE after your graduation, right? Can I say that MBA is your backup plan? I answered this question very smartly without getting offensive. Then she said, Atharva, I can see that you are consistently quoting leadership in your answers. So can you give me a real life example where you showcased your leadership skills? Then she asked me about my hobbies and passion. So I told her about music. Then she asked me whether I read books or not. So I said yes. So she asked me which category of books you read and which was your recent book. Give me a gist about it. Then she said that, Atharva, from your application form, I am able to see that you have completed your education till date from your hometown itself. So I wanted to know, have you ever traveled away from your home? And if yes, for how many days or weeks or months? So I answered this as well. And then finally she asked, Atharva, will you be able to adapt yourself to Delhi's climate and culture, and how? So yes, this was it. So this was my interview experience. So at the end, the female panelist told me that, Atharva, it was very nice talking to you. Your interview is over. Now you can leave the meeting. So I was interviewed only for the New Delhi campus, and to rate my interview experience at IMI New Delhi on a scale of 5, I would rate it 3 out of 5. So folks, this is it for today from my side. Stay tuned for more such interview experiences from my side. Till then, like and share my video and do subscribe to my YouTube channel, because you all very well know, प्यार बांटने से बढ़ता है. Thank you.